Today we are back watching the grand finals of Virginia Beach. It's going to go ahead and be Yost on Shanks versus Quill on Pluffy. You can find this on the Booster Box's YouTube channel. Fun little story before we get into this. I was actually at this tournament. Shout outs to Purposefully and OPTCG. And after round 2, they came up to me and they said, hey, Elijah, like, do you want to be on stream? Like, we'd love to have you on stream. I told them, yes, I absolutely would love to be on stream. I was playing Lucci and they thought it would be interesting to have Lucci on stream. I was 2-0 at this point. I would love to be on stream, but not yet. I want to be on stream round 8. And they said, well, you know, we only have people who are undefeated on stream on round 8. So, like, you know, like, maybe we should have you on stream now because, like, you might not be undefeated. And I told them, don't worry about me. I'm going to be there. You don't got to worry about me. I will be there. And sure enough, I was on stream round 8. So I lost. That was tough, but we'll go over that on the channel, of course, in the coming days. So Quill was the higher seed, so he got to choose to go first as the Pluffy. Gonna go ahead and leader effect here to go up to 4, and oh my goodness, misses the 4 drop. That is gonna be a real issue, I think. We're gonna go ahead and grab the Luffy Taro and just swing 8. Definitely not how you're hoping to start. On the other hand, it looks like Yost, is going to have a great start with this Lucky Roo. Exactly what he wants to start with. Quill is going to go ahead and leader effect go up to 7, and I imagine we're going to see a Luffy Taro Sangoro. Okay, and keep in mind, this is the finals. This is top cut. So this is going to be a best 2 out of 3. I lost in the first round of Top Cut, top 32, to Sam, a phenomenal player. He played better than I did. He absolutely deserved the win. Nothing but absolute admiration for Sam, a phenomenal player. So now Quill has some decisions to make on this turn. We're going to go ahead and draw one after swinging 6. I imagine we can counter out of this one, and we can always block the Luffy Taro swing. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I wonder why, if we were going to play this Sanji, why we elected to do it after. Oh, we must have drawn it off the Sangoro. That's actually a huge draw for Chris Silva, also known as Quill. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and swing. I believe Yost is considering whether or not to counter or take this 7. We're going to go ahead and take the 7, and now 8. We're going to take, okay. This is, you know, not too far removed from where Purple Luffy wants to be. We kind of wish we had a Zoro on board instead of this Law. But other than that, we're definitely not feeling too bad. Okay, so -3, -2, pop the Sangoro. So we're going to go ahead and still ignore the Sanji. We're not going to swing 5 at it, or 7 at it, even though it's a 5k body. I'm not sure I'm in love with the way Yost did this, honestly. Like, the Lucky Roo could have dealt with the Sangoro. We could have just made the Sanji a 4 and swung over it pretty reasonably, I think. I don't believe Quill had any Dawn up. Maybe he did. Maybe he did, actually, considering he only played a 7 last turn. He probably did, actually. So, never mind. Maybe it wasn't worth it because we were never actually going to be able to kill it. Kind of an interesting spot, actually, for Yost. Maybe he did it correctly, but I could be convinced that it could have been a little more optimal. Oh, wow, another Sanji. Wow, these Sanjis are really coming in clutch. really coming in clutch. So we have 2 Dawn left. This could be a matter of going 7-7. Seeing if the opponent chooses to use leader effect at any point or not. Okay, so just gonna go 6. I'm not exactly sure why we went. Oh, okay, never mind. The first Sanji swing was a 5. Which I don't think Yost leader affected. I think he gave a 1k. And then he... And now we're gonna go ahead and swing at the Lucky Roo. A little odd sequencing here. We are going to be able to take out the Lucky Roo. I'm actually not exactly sure why Yost would have given a 1k rather than just leader affecting. Unless I missed it. And we're going to take. Yeah, this is starting to get very scary for Yost. But it's not over yet. I mean, seems really unlikely we're going to be able to kill Pluffy. He has a ton of cards in hand, maybe like 8. And he does have a Dawn up for the Gum Gum Giant. The best numbers I could see us doing would have been at like if we had a dragon, and we could have gone like 7, 8, 9, 9. Asking to look through the trash, just trying to see how many 2Ks there are. Yost doesn't look particularly thrilled from his body language. Okay, gonna go ahead and draw 2, trash 1 off of this 5-drop Rayleigh. A card that we've seen fallen out of favor a little bit, but a phenomenal card that I definitely think after this weekend, with Yost making the finals, playing it, I think it might see a little bit of a resurgence. We're going to go ahead and go 9, I would imagine at life. So we're representing a 9-10 here. But I think what will actually happen is we go 9, and then we probably play like a Lucky Roo. I think Quill is kind of scouting that out. Potentially has a trigger here. I haven't seen Quill's deck list, but the only thing I could imagine is like a Gamma Knife. But I can't imagine we need to. Yeah, really, I'm not sure we. I guess we triggered it because we know we're gonna have to Gum here. So this is just gonna keep our Dawn a little. I actually have no idea why we triggered it then, if we weren't planning on Gum Gianting. Okay, so now Quill has made the decision that he has to go for game, which is not the easiest thing in the world, I don't think. We'll see if he's able to get through. I mean, sometimes the Shanks player has a big hand and it's just nothing but bricks, but, you know, with the life, with the blocker, all Yost has to do is successfully counter out of 2 hits. But his hand isn't that big and he does have no active Dawn. So countering out of 2 might be a little too tricky. Because we can go 9, 9, 9, 10. Oh, I'm not exactly sure why we would block off the bat. Purple Luffy not playing anything like a perfume femur. And yeah, I'm not sure I really understand the block. To keep it a buck with you guys, I'm not sure I really see the vision there. If Quill was going to play a Sanji, he would have already done it, I think. So I don't think I'm a huge fan of that block from Yost. They don't play Perfume Femur. If he had a Sanji, he would have already played it. I think you probably just take. And by taking, what that allows you to do is now you can counter out of 2 9s and you can block the 10. So not a huge fan of that block by any means. We'll see his hand, hopefully. Yeah, he's just going 9, 10. If this counter card would have allowed him to counter out of a 9, it was a huge throw. Oh, wait. Can we see it just real quick? Oh, God, he does it so fast. He actually does it so fast. I normally don't like doing stuff like this, but I'm just interested in knowing if he threw or not. Oh my God, normal speed looks so slow. 10 drop, 10 drop. 2K. Oh, he would have been off by 1. Okay, he did not throw then. Right? Because, yeah, he has 2 10 drops, a 5 drop, a 1K, a 2K, and a 1K. Yeah, so he didn't have it either way. Okay, so my bad. Went a little too far forward, but Shanks, of course, electing to go first. They're not playing the Quinby Pluffy, as people have been calling it. So, gotta choose to go first. Also, shoutouts to Latasio for winning the locals with Pluffy with no Bon Clay, no Gum Gum Giant. Kind of insane work. Gonna go 5 at life. Not exactly sure what the players are talking about there, but gonna go ahead and swing 6 at life. Gonna counter both of those, and then gonna go ahead and swing a 7, which we will take. Oh my goodness, another trigger. Just hitting these Gamma Knives, which effectively saves Quill a life. Assuming that Quill was ever planning on leader affecting, which he has 9 Dawn here, he could just drop a 9 bomb. I imagine this is at... Oh, it's not at the Sanji, it's at life. Interesting. I'm a little surprised that Quill has decided he doesn't care about Yost just having a 6K swing. So this 5 is definitely going into the Bon Clay. That's always step 1. Oh. Yeah. Huh. Okay, now we're going to go 8 and leave 2 Dawn up for what I imagine is a Red Hawk. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Now we're going to swing. I don't know, man. Why did we let him swing 7 with it if we're going to swing into it this turn? I don't know. That seemed a little sloppy from my perspective on Quill's part. Maybe he knows something that I don't, but we kind of just let Yost get a 7k swing in when it kind of seems like Yost actually just had nothing good to do with his Dawn anyways. So I don't know. We'll see if that... Okay, so we are going to Red Hawk this. Did he also give a 1k? He must have also given the Beckman. Also, what happened to the Red Hawk? Why is it not in the... Maybe it's in the trash, but the Beckman's on top of it? Maybe he'll fan out his grave at some point. But I believe Yost is a Magic player. And normally when you see people fan out their grave, it means they're a Yu-Gi-Oh player. So, hard to say. Also, something a little notable about streams is judges can be like very like they want to make sure you're doing things exactly right. I put my graveyard here and my deck here because like that's how you do it in Yu-Gi-Oh! And to me, it's insane that like someone's deck is going to be between their graveyard and their opponent. Like the opponent should always have access to your graveyard to check it without like having to ask every single time for you to hand it to them. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and swing 7. They're gonna Gum Dry. And surprisingly, no judge has ever told me that I have to swap where the graveyard and the deck is. But that's because they know that where Bandai decided to put the trash is the incorrect positioning, surely. Okay, we're gonna rest 8 for our Rayleigh. And we're gonna go ahead and pop. So this Luffy Taro is only a 6, and then we're going to swing 7 with our Luffy. Which is going to be met by a 2k and a 1k. We're back to 9 Dawn. This is looking a lot more like it's in Yost's favor here. I mean, we can swing over the Sanji pretty easily. If we wanted to, we could even take out the Luffy, like if we want to play a little bit more board control. Yeah, okay, so gonna swing 6. It's gonna replace itself. Such a good card. Gonna pay 4. I'm gonna pause. All right, sorry about that. I had to use the restroom. Gonna go ahead and swing. I believe this will be 8. Leaving 5 Dawn up, I believe. Yeah, 5. I imagine Yost would prefer not to take this, because if you take this, you're going up to... Okay, yep. We're going to go ahead and leader skill and 0 cost event. And now we're going to go ahead and swing 10, which Yost will take. And now we're just going to go ahead and drop the 5 drop and leave 1 up. Ooh, Quill looks like he has a little bit of the shakies. Completely understand. The exact same thing happens to me. Okay, going to go ahead and tap 7. Then we're going to go ahead and Ben Beckman, the 5 drop kid. Going to go ahead and swing 5. Which is going to demand a 1k. Going to swing 7. Okay, so we're going to go 7, 9, leave up 2. I'm fairly certain of it. Almost regardless of what Quill does here, I believe we're going to go 7, 9, leave up 2. And it's just going to be so hard to eat through 2 life here as Quill. Yeah, he's for sure leaving up 2. We've been known what you're going to do, Yost. Yost is a big, like, kind of funny. Big face in hand type of guy. I can't tell if it's because he's dismayed or he's thinking. Like the way he does it, it feels like he's dismayed, but I think he's actually just thinking. Kind of a shame that the camera angle doesn't show us Quill a bit more. See, like, Yossi always looks a little dismayed, but I can't tell. Okay, so gonna go 9. Yost is gonna take. Yost may be hoping for the all-in here. It's kind of feeling like I'm trying to bait you to all-in type of move from Yost here. Either that or he's giga bricked and he's trying to bait Quill. All right, yeah, Yost is for sure considering if he can actually counter out of this next swing. Maybe also considering if I counter out of this, can I counter out of the 6 that will come from the Luffy if he drops a 9-drop rush Luffy? Oh wow, so he's gonna drop the and the Sanji. Yep, and now we're gonna swing 7. And we're gonna leader skill 2k. Okay, so now we are going to game 3. Shout outs to Purposefully and Luffy TCG. We need to get me and Drago in the commentator booth. Let me know. Let me know. Oh my god, that would be a devious commentator booth. Oh my goodness. I think it would actually be fun to commentate with either of these gentlemen as well. But yo, me and Drago? Oh god, yes. Oh god, yes. Oh god, yes. It would be too shiced. Gonna go ahead and on 4, we actually hit the Zorojuro this time, so great start for Chris. Gonna go ahead and grab that 9-drop Luffy. I imagine we will be slamming that on the table at some point, and he's playing the really nice alternate art. I hate the regular art of that card, but the alt is so nice. Gonna go ahead and play down this Sanji after our 6k swing gets countered out. And we're going to go ahead and ramp up to 7 Dawn, which I have to imagine means this Luffy Taro is... Oh, no, it's just the Sanji. Okay, so you like seeing that as Yost. This 7-drop Sanji is actually so good. If you really think about it, what this card says is like... -1 Dawn, remove whatever your opponent played on 4. Which is really, really good. You know, it means that you can remove a Kuzan. It means you can remove a Laboon. It means you can remove a Zorojuro. There's a lot of things. Really, the 5k bodies is really more so what it removes. But there's a lot of decently good 5k bodies, or even the Sanji, which is really a 3k body, but it's a 6k body on your opponent's turn. We're going to swing 5. They're going to leader skill. We're going to swing 6. They're going to 2k. We're going to swing 7. They're going to take. And then I imagine we're going to drop this 9. And Yost is going into his 8 Dawn turn, so a huge percentage of the time we're going to imagine a Rayleigh or Dragon coming down. Probably a Rayleigh. I can't imagine. Oh, okay, so we are going to counter this with a 0-cost event. Really thinking about what we want to ditch here. every time I look over to look at Yosh, he's got the hand and face. I wish I could comment more on Quill's mannerisms at the table, but cannot get as good of a angle on him. Okay, so on 8, have to imagine we're going to be playing one of those two cards. I feel like neither of these two players, these Dawn sleeves, were the sleeves that they were using before they got on stream. That's the read I'm getting. I could be wrong, but I feel like they were using other Dawn sleeves, and the judges made them change. Okay, gonna go 7, we're gonna take. Gonna go 9, we're gonna take. Oh my goodness. Okay, a little scary going down to 0. I feel like we're gonna have to establish a blocker here. Which now it's kind of looking like a huge misstep from Yost that we got rid of that Goldie Roger. Because if we kept it, next turn we very possibly could have gone 5, 7, 9, 13 at a 0 life Quill. Because yeah, he's not dropping a Big Mom here. And he's not, did he return? Oh, he did return the Dawn, but then he got it back from Captain Kidd. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Feeling like a bit of a misstep from Yost. Maybe he could have just sealed up the game this next turn. Okay, gonna 0 cost. So now it should be a 7 swing, which we're gonna leader 2K. It's so frustrating when Shanks gets these triggers. It's like, holy shizai, man. You already get a free 1K every turn. Now you're gonna like trigger a beige versus me? Like, holy shizai. Which, the 0 cost is not a beige, but do not get it twisted. Red Hawk is literally just Capone beige. But it's like, it's in red, so like people don't get as upset as they do versus yellow. But it's literally Capone beige. If you minus 10,000 or something, it's literally Capone beige. Minus 10,000 is insane, bro. It's actually so nuts. Okay, so Quill having 2 Dawn up. Low key, if we had the Roger, I think we might just win here. We actually... Quill has how many cards in hand? Maybe 6? Shuffle him one more time, Quill. For the fans. 1, 2. Oh, God, he's going so fast. Granted, this is 1.5 speed. Damn, I think Yost actually Omega through, because he dies next turn, like 100%. He dies next turn, like 100%, and he doesn't really have a win condition, because Quill has 2 Dawn up, we have 2 things on board, and he has a blocker. Like, Quill knows this is Jover. Yeah. Yeah, it's so cooked, bro. It's so cooked. We gum with the greatest of ease. Oh, Quill's got the crazy shakies right now. He knows he's about to win, and he's got the crazy shakies. Oh my goodness. I don't know how Quill is declaring things, by the way, but please make sure, if you're playing Purple Luffy, please make sure, before you draw 2, declare what you're giving plus 4,000, because your opponent could shark you on that. It's a pretty devious shark, to be honest with you, but they could. The plus 4,000 is most certainly optional. It says up to 1. So by the letter of the law, if you do not declare it before drawing, you're goobed. So please, please, please. And I'm not saying Quill didn't do it. I don't know. I can't hear him. But please make sure we're always safety first, right? Play the game properly and you won't ever get sharked. Of course, mistakes do happen, and hopefully, you know, you don't get called out for something like that. But if someone were to do that, like, You know, fair enough. It's kind of on you for not playing properly. IMO. Oh shit, Yost is boomed. Going 5. Okay, so he's hoping to survive this turn. Which I don't know, bro. That seems a little unlikely to me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That seems a little unlikely to me. Honestly, I feel like we should be starting with a 7. To be honest, I know like if we go 10 here, we probably get out the Red Hawk. Okay. Got the Red Hawk in a 2K. I think once he uses that, okay, so we're gonna go 8. And Yost is gonna go ahead and take. And now, like, the numbers don't matter. They're the same regardless of how you do them. And he gets there. Congratulations to Quill. Absolutely phenomenally played. Can we get a look at Quill's hand? Does he show the audience? I want to know. Was he... I guess we'll never know, actually. Because he had the Gum Gum Giants. So it's hard to say if he would have been goobed by the Roger or not. But I do think that was... unfortunately a big misstep from Yost. He probably didn't expect Quill to go down to 0 on that one turn, but that's how it ended up playing out. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.